Do Christians really feel oppressed in this country? This person goes on to write, genuine discussion, please. If you as a Christian do feel oppressed, then why? There's always multiple sides to a story, and I hope we can all get along here. I'm very curious if anyone actually feels oppressed based solely on their Christianity. Is there places you're not welcomed based solely on your religion, etc.? I don't practice any religion and have seen no oppression in my own daily life of Christianity and would like to hear experiences. It's a fair question. I think it's really about where you go, and if you're not practicing any religion, you probably wouldn't face any of the oppression that's out there, right? If you're not openly, it's probably the people that are outwardly, openly, vibrantly expressing their Christianity. Those are the ones that probably feel any oppression, right? That would be out there. But let me know in your comments down below. Have you felt any oppression? Has it been by other Christians? I could actually see that being a real thing, like an inside job, Christians oppressing Christians more so than other denominations. I know there is, but in this country, I definitely feel like a lot of times it's other members of the church judging one another or kind of oppressing in a way. This person says, no, I find the idea laughable. Note that people who are jerks to others are oppressed, and Christians can be jerks. This person says, I have been a Christian all my life. I have never in any way faced any kind of persecution in this country whatsoever. For myself, I truly believe that the persecution complex which comes out of evangelical Christianity can be traced back to sola scripture. When I was evangelical, I don't know why I'm having trouble saying this, evangelical, I literally knew nothing of the lives of the saints. Now that I'm Orthodox, I try to read the lives of the saints every day. There I have to say that I see real persecution. People who were kidnapped, beaten, robbed, made homeless, starved, imprisoned, burned, and branded, and ultimately oppressed for Christ. I just have people that disagree with me from time to time. That's not persecution. I'd say same, it's not real persecution in the United States. I think it's mostly a Christian country though, right? Comment down below if I'm wrong on that, but I feel like you wouldn't necessarily face that so much in this country comparatively to other places where maybe some more conflicting religions are the main religion there. This person says, from what I've seen, people claim oppression when retail stores don't have posters with Christian-specific wording, such as Happy Holidays, is blasphemy to them. They aren't allowed to discriminate against or bully sinners. People ask them to use preferred pronouns. I was a conservative for years and felt like I was horribly persecuted for those reasons. I also saw background checks and being forced to recycle as persecution. The conservative worldview makes people see a lot of odd things as persecution. Interesting take. So in some ways, they're saying that people claim persecution when they're not allowed to do what they want in the world, even if that might not necessarily coincide at the core of what Christianity is. That's what they're saying, I assume. Interesting take, honestly. I could see that, people kind of playing certain cards when, things aren't going their way, being like, I'm being persecuted for my religion, or, you don't like me because of my blue blazer or something, like, I could see that. I'm so fascinated by you being a conservative and feeling those emotions. Could I ask questions about some stuff? This person says, no, I don't feel oppressed. Sometimes I do feel unfairly judged by people who hear I'm a Christian and therefore think I must be a Christian nationalist. But I understand the bad rep Christianity has, because there are a lot of bad Christians out there. Just gotta change people's opinions with your own actions and by embodying Christ. So in sums, yeah, there's understandably judgment, but that's not the same as oppression. Anyone who thinks that they're the same thing likely lives a very privileged life. I would kind of agree with that sentiment. I feel like a lot of times there's a lot of judgment around organized religion, and even within my own family, there's people that are spiritual, are Christians, but they have like a view of churches that is not all churches. They kind of think that it's the organization that kind of ruins things. And I can see where they're coming from, but a lot of times these people don't have real experiences with a church. It's not like they themselves were actually wronged by a church. They're just using these examples of other people, these anecdotes they've heard from other people having bad experiences, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't like organized religion because of what some other person's experience was. It wasn't even their own church that did them wrong. And it's granted, there are people that have had bad experiences in church. There's people who go into church that have bad intentions and misuse the power of God to do, terrible things, for sure. But it's interesting how a lot of the people I know that are against organized religion, it's not themselves. They don't personally have an experience with the church that made them believe that. It was more of like this idea of the corruption within churches, which is true, but it's not their own experience. I just found that kind of funny, where they were like talking to me about, oh no, I couldn't go to a church. Organized religion is so, negative. It gets just twisted, and they believe in Jesus and they try to, read the Bible and do good in the world, but they're so against this idea of going to church, even though they themselves haven't gone to a church which did these things that they're claiming. It's just more of this idea of organized religion is bad, And I mean, like, sure, there is some, I'm sure there are people in churches that kind of, really push some strange ideology and just kind of are more negative than what, people would hope for in a good Christian church. So let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Have you encountered this? Have you ever felt oppressed in this country? I think it happens a lot more over seas, but at the same time, it might, I don't think it's so common here in the United States. But let me know, is it like that in your country? Do you live in Ireland and you feel persecuted? Do you live in, India or South America and you feel persecution? I would love to know. So let me know in the comments down below. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.